Hey readers, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Paloma, and today's video is going to be the Booktuber Bio Tag. So let's get started. So I was tagged by the reading wordsmith, also known as Jackie. I will tag her video down below so you can check it out. I highly recommend that you subscribe to her channel. Love her videos. I think this is a really great chance to kind of get to know me. If you've been following the channel for a while, then this will probably be a refresher, just like a little bit to know more about me. And if you're new to the channel, then you just get to know more about me. It's a win-win either way. So the first question is, who are you? And share a little bit about yourself. My name is Paloma and I'm from South Florida. I am 27 years old and I have a bachelor's degree in English. My program was rhetoric and writing. I really enjoyed that program a lot. I learned so much more about different writing styles, especially when it comes to rhetorical analysis. What else could I share about me? I recently adopted a kitty back in February. If you've been on the channel, I think it was in my Women's History Month book recommendations that you got to see my kitty, Jean-Luc. He is absolutely adorable. He's getting bigger every day and I absolutely adore him. I have a folder of photos and it's actually reached 1,000. I love him to death. He is my baby. I birthed him, no epidural, 9 hours labor. Love him. I also started a local book club. It's me and a couple of girls. We just come together and we kind of talk about the books that we're reading. I personally don't like book clubs where everybody has to read the same book. From the book club that I started, it's very evident that we all have different reading speeds. Everybody lives different lives. And so I personally think it's best for our book club to just have our own individual books and just come together and talk about it. And I also think it's a really great way to get recommendations for other books. There is a couple of books that they read that I had never read before, and I was like, oh, that's getting added to the TBR right now. So the second question is, how long have you been on Booktube? I've been on Booktube for 4 months. I posted my first video January 21st. It has been a journey since January 21st. I think I've gotten a little bit better at making these videos and being consistent with it. I think I've grown a lot since that first video. It may seem silly to say because it's only been 4 months, but I think I have a better handle on what it is that you guys kind of want to see, what it is that I want to push out as content. I've always been hesitant to make content because I wasn't really sure how it's going to be received by the other person on the other side. But once I pushed past it and I published that first video, it honestly made the experience so much easier. And the same can be said when I posted on TikTok for the first time. If you don't follow me on TikTok, please follow me. It's the same username as this account, Paloma's Library. I'm a bit more active on TikTok just because it's just a little bit easier just to like publish and go. I think with YouTube you do have to edit a bit more, which it's very funny because it's just me, my iPad, and CapCut. It's really not a lot of editing going around here. So the next question is, what kind of books do you love to read, and has book talk affected the books you read? The type of books I like to read is historical fiction and literary fiction. I think Booktube has opened my eyes to a couple other genres. Maybe a little bit of romance. I remember picking up The Davenports by Crystal Marquis because I saw it on Booktube, and I was like, okay, well this kind of combines the two things I love. It's historical fiction, there's a little bit of romance, a little bit of tension, whatever. So I do think it has some influence, but for the most part, my TBR is kind of set in the way that it is, which is mostly literary fiction, historical fiction, and the classics. So it's probably going to take me some time to kind of get to book talk, booktube books that are pretty popular. I do have a couple that are on my TBR and I really want to get to it, but my TBR list is so long. It's gonna take me a minute to get there. The next question is, what do you enjoy about making booktube videos? I think it's really just putting myself out there and learning more about the editing aspect of it. Even though, like I said before, I'm not really editing a lot, it's still a lot of work to cut out the excess videos and a lot of the words that I say. I also enjoy being able to talk about the books that I'm reading. For a long time, I haven't really had anybody to talk about reading books with because not a lot of people in my life read books, or if they do read, it's not the same type of books as me. So this gives me a chance to find people who read the same books as me. I can get recommendations from them. They can take my recommendations if they want to. and or if we've read the same book at the same time, we can come together and talk about it. I think I love the community aspect of Booktube. I think it's really great. The next question is, what do you not enjoy about making Booktube videos? It's gonna have to be the editing. I wish there was like a magical fairy that could edit my videos to perfection. Sometimes I'm really jealous of the booktubers who like have the patience for editing and they make their videos like so aesthetic and so nice. And meanwhile, I'm just like, this is the bare minimum, me sitting in front of my iPad camera and just hitting start and then going on CapCut or iMovie and just cutting out the excess films. I want to take the time to make it nice, but I don't know. Maybe we'll see at the end of the year. If I keep this Booktube channel long enough, maybe we'll see a switch and I'll come back to this video and I'll be like, what the heck was I thinking? Like, why would I act like this? What video on your channel are you the most proud of is the next question. The video I'm most proud of is my Black History Month book recommendations. I put a lot of time into that, curating, because for the last couple of years I actually hadn't read a lot of Black authors, if you could believe that. And so I had spent maybe a year or so curating Black authors and reading those books. And so by the time that I started this Booktube channel and Black History Month was coming along, I had a good collection of books to recommend. I think I'm also proud of my Women's History Month book recommendations video, because again, that was a long time coming. There's a lot of books that I had read that I really didn't like and that I would not recommend. And so to be able to have that list of books and to even have them on my shelf, for one, because I used to donate a lot of my books, was really nice. Next question is there anything you wish were different about Booktube? I don't really think so. I'm in such a niche corner of the internet that I don't really have too many issues with the people I interact with on Booktube. I think if I was to talk about any of the popular booktubers, I wish they thought a bit more critically about the authors they choose to recommend. So the next one is, name 3 books that you have reviewed on your channel that you feel represent who you are as a reader. That's a good one. Oh my gosh. In the 4 months that I've been making Booktube videos, I actually have not done a lot of reviews. I thought I did, but I really haven't. You know what? I'm gonna choose from my favorite books of all time book recommendations video. I'll leave a link to that video as well so you can check it out. The Count of Monte Cristo represents me as a person because I love it so much. It doesn't even matter what the actual content of the book is. The atmosphere and the language is so rich and so wonderful. If I could imprint it onto my heart, I would. I would say Pride and Prejudice. I think that's a good one as well. I almost want to say The Nickel Boys by Colson Whitehead because I'm from Florida also. And I used to live in Tallahassee for a little bit. But I'm not going to say that, no. I will say Hitting a Straight Lick with a Crooked Stick by Zora Neale Hurston. I think that should be the 3rd one. I don't know if it accurately represents who I am as a person, but I do think a lot of the themes in the short stories are kind of relatable to me. It may not seem like it if you read it and you're like, well, what is she talking about? I really enjoyed it, and I think a lot of the characters were pretty relatable because they came from the South and they were also African American, and they just felt really relatable to me on some level or the other. There was one short story that was like, this guy was having a side piece on the side, she finds out, she nearly kills him to death, and I'm like, you know what? More power to you, girl. If I had to do an honorable mention, I would say Near to the Wild Heart by Clarice Lispector. I think that one also represents me in some way, shape, or form. The next one is to name 3 booktubers who inspire you. The first one is going to be the reading wordsmith, Jackie, who also tagged me in this video. I love her content. So great. The next one is going to be Lex Reads. Love, love, love her content. And then the next one is going to be Sunday in the Library. I think she has a very aesthetic, she has the aesthetic look that I'm trying to go for that I just will not do. And so I like to watch her videos to get inspired to maybe one day edit my videos that way. And so the last part of the Booktuber Bio Tag is going to be naming 3 booktubers who you think deserve more hype. The first one is going to be Bonnie Nicole Wrights. I think she has great content. The next one is Ashley Hart's Reading. Love her work. It gives me another side of Booktube that I'm not really familiar with. And then the last one is going to be Tiny Teacup Reads. You should all check out her videos. Thank you so much for watching my video on the Booktube Bio Tag. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!